Commanders Nation, hold on tight because today's video is all about the one thing that has haunted Washington's defense for years but might finally be fixed. And it's not a flashy new corner or a first-round edge rusher. We're talking about the linebacker duo that could quietly become the heart of Dan Quinn's new-look defense. If you love gritty football talk and inside stories from Ashburn, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe to Commanders HQ, and drop a Commander up in the comments. Let's dive in. For the better part of a decade, linebacker play has been a consistent weak spot for the Washington Commanders. Whether it was missed tackles, poor coverage, or a lack of communication in the middle of the defense, this position group was often the Achilles heel of otherwise talented units. But now, that might finally be changing, and the league is starting to take notice. Bobby Wagner and Frankie Luvu, two names that might not dominate headlines like an elite corner or edge rusher, are quietly forming one of the most complete linebacker tandems in the NFL heading into 2025. According to Pro Football Focus, both players rank in the top 15 of all linebackers league-wide. That's right, two Commanders in the top 15. And this isn't based on hype. This is based on production, consistency, and pure football instincts. Let's start with the legend himself, Bobby Wagner. Now 35 years old, Wagner is entering what would be the twilight of most careers. But he's not slowing down, not even a little. PFF ranked him third among all NFL linebackers, behind only Fred Warner and Roquan Smith. That's elite company. Why? Because Wagner is still dominating the fundamentals of the position. In 2024, Wagner led all qualifying linebackers in both run defense and pass rush grades. His 91.2 run defense grade marked his third straight season clearing the 91.0 threshold. That's not just consistent, that's generational. Whether it's plugging A-gaps, diagnosing pre-snap motion, or delivering a textbook open field tackle, Wagner still brings that championship-level awareness and toughness that defined his time with the Seahawks. He's not just a veteran voice in the locker room, he's a tone setter on the field. Dan Quinn knew what he was getting when Washington signed Wagner, and now it looks like Wagner is giving them even more than expected. Now let's talk about the spark plug, Frankie Luvu. Luvu might not have the national reputation of Wagner, but those around the league are starting to take notice. PFF ranked him 14th among all linebackers entering 2025, and for good reason. While 2024 wasn't his highest-graded season, Luvu continued to show elite ability as a blitzer. He's posted a PFF pass rush grade above 72.0 in 4 straight years, with over 70 blitzes each season. That's sustained, high-level pressure production, something Washington desperately needed. Even with a slight decline in run defense metrics, Luvu still lands in the 87th percentile overall. He's aggressive, fast, and relentless, the kind of player that makes life miserable for opposing quarterbacks and running backs alike. And next to Wagner, that's where it gets scary for opposing offenses. Luvu brings the chaos. Wagner brings the control. Together, they're creating something Dan Quinn hasn't had since his days with Deion Jones and Devondre Campbell in Atlanta, a true linebacker core he can trust. What makes this linebacker duo so special isn't just their individual skill sets, it's the fit within Dan Quinn's system. Quinn, entering his second year as head coach in Washington, has emphasized building a defense that plays fast, communicates well, and tackles with purpose. That's exactly what Wagner and Luvu provide. You can already see the impact during off-season practices. There's better alignment, fewer coverage busts in the intermediate zones, and most importantly, there's leadership. Wagner has taken command of pre-snap communication while Luvu is flying around creating chaos behind the line of scrimmage. If both stay healthy, this could be the best linebacker group Washington has had in over a decade. And in a division with Saquon Barkley, Jalen Hurts, and Tony Pollard, you need linebackers who can move, read, and hit. Now let's pivot quickly to the offensive side because there's another reason this Commanders team feels different, and his name is Debo Samuel. Head coach Dan Quinn had a moment of reflection during minicamp, captured by Commanders.com, where he admitted something funny. Somewhere along the way, I'd forgotten how fast Debo Samuel really is, Quinn said. And he's not wrong. Debo's 40-yard dash at the 2019 Combine wasn't mind-blowing, a 4.48, but his football speed is something else. It's the type of speed that shows up after contact, when defenders are trying to wrap him up and he just keeps going.
Quinn admitted his defenses always had a tackling plan for Debo because you needed one. And now, he's on Quinn's team. Cliff Kingsbury also chimed in during minicamp, praising Debo's natural feel in the offense and the quick chemistry forming with second-year quarterback Jayden Daniels. He's got a natural feel for things, but I couldn't be more thrilled to finally get to coach him, Kingsbury said. That pairing of Kingsbury's motion-heavy system with Debo's run-after-catch ability could be a perfect match. And Daniels, he's already winning Debo over. I feel like the man's been here forever, Debo said about Daniels. He knows what's going on. He's smart. He knows where the ball needs to go. That's high praise coming from a veteran like Debo, who's played with Jimmy Garoppolo and Brock Purdy. With McLaurin commanding attention on one side and Debo now in motion and in space, this offense could finally open up in ways it never could last year. Despite the modest volume of deep attempts, Daniels ranked 10th in the NFL on-target percentage on passes of 20-plus air yards, hitting the mark on 52% of those throws. That's ahead of names like Justin Herbert and Jalen Hurts, and just behind Joe Burrow, who led the league at 63.8%. Let that sink in. As a rookie, Daniels was already pushing the ball downfield with NFL veteran accuracy. This isn't just rookie promise, it's elite potential. And we're seeing that potential ramp up in 2025. Coaches have seen it, teammates have felt it, and defensive backs, they're on notice. Let's talk about the elite group Daniels is chasing. According to Pro Football Focus, the top 5 quarterbacks in deep passing grade in 2024 were Josh Allen, NFL MVP, Buffalo Bills, Bryce Young, Carolina Panthers, Russell Wilson, then Steelers, now Giants, Derek Carr, retired, and Geno Smith, Seahawks, now Raiders. With Carr retired, a spot just opened up. Daniels' grade on deep throws last season? 88.2, not far behind the best. He's right in that next tier, and with a full offseason under Kingsbury, plus more chemistry with his weapons, there's every reason to believe Daniels could crack that top 5 in 2025, especially with what's brewing at minicamp. Here's where it all comes together, the pieces around Jayden Daniels. Terry McLaurin remains one of the most reliable route runners and deep threats in the game, but now defenses can't focus on just him. Because Debo Samuel has arrived, and as Dan Quinn recently admitted, he forgot how fast Debo really is until he saw him up close at minicamp. That's football speed, and we're already seeing Daniels connect with Debo on deep routes throughout the offseason program. Add to that Brian Robinson Jr. and the short game weapons that force defenses to bite, and suddenly Daniels has a full chessboard to work with. You can't just double McLaurin. You can't just play soft zone, because now the Commanders can beat you over the top and underneath. One of the biggest advantage Daniels has heading into year 2? Continuity. Same offensive coordinator, same quarterback coach, and now better personnel. Cliff Kingsbury is building an offense that mimics what elite units like the Eagles and Dolphins do so well. Stretch the field horizontally with motion and speed, and vertically with pinpoint deep shots. Daniels is uniquely equipped to thrive in that system. He's decisive, he's accurate on the move, and he's shown the ability to read safeties and layer throws into tight windows. Washington finished 5th in scoring last year, and yet there's a strong belief inside the building they left big plays on the field. That's what they're unlocking now, and that's why this isn't just off-season hype. This is the next step in a true quarterback evolution. Let's take a step back from stats for a second and talk about something equally important: intangibles. Everything coming out of Ashburn points to Daniels taking control of this locker room. He's studying relentlessly. He's organizing extra throwing sessions. He's even mentoring younger receivers and rookies. Debo Samuel, a veteran who's seen his share of quarterbacks, recently said, "It feels like the man's been here forever. He's comfortable. He knows what's going on. He knows where the ball needs to go. He's very smart." When a receiver like Debo says that about a second-year QB, that's not coach speak. That's real. And with the tools now around him, there's a quiet belief growing that Daniels could not only match his rookie success, but shatter it. So here's the big takeaway, Commanders fans. While the headlines may focus on Jaden Daniels and Debo Samuel, this team's transformation is deeper. It's about balance. A defense with experienced anchors like Wagner and Luvu, an offense with speed and playmaking at wideout, a coaching staff that actually knows how to use them.
Washington didn't just make noise this offseason, they built a complete football team. And if things click the way they're trending, don't be surprised if this group is contending in the NFC East and beyond. But what do you think, Commanders Nation? Is this linebacker duo the best we've seen in over a decade? Could Wagner and Luvu take us to the next level defensively? And are you buying the Debo-Jaden connection? Drop your thoughts in the comments. We read every single one. Don't forget to like the video, subscribe to Commanders HQ, and turn on that bell so you never miss a beat from Ashburn. Until next time, Commander up.